Hello to all of our SEPA members. My name is Michael McConville. I'm the coordinator of the Buehler Planetarium down in Seminole State College of Florida, and I'm very pleased to be one of your hosts for the Southeastern Planetarium Association's 2014 annual conference. It's really an honor for us to be hosting SEPA this year. We follow in the footsteps of some great planetarians from around the southeastern part of the United States. And we really hope that our conference and what we have planned for everyone lives up to those expectations. This year, our SEPA theme is Wish Upon a Star. Of course, we're here in Central Florida. This is supposed to be the most magical place on Earth between Walt Disney World and Universal and SeaWorld and every other tourist attraction that you can possibly imagine within an hour of Orlando. We happen to be one of them. And bringing everyone to Orlando in the middle of July, in the middle of summer vacation, we hope that this seems much more like a vacation to you than just an academic planetarium conference. And so we've got lots in store for everyone this year. We really hope to make every planetarium dream come true. And so just to briefly go over the sort of basic information for the SEPA 2014 conference. We'll be holding it from July 15th through July 19th of this year. Of course, that runs Tuesday through Saturday. It's the standard SEPA schedule, and we like to stick to that as much as possible. We are going to have most of that at the Seminole State College of Florida Buehler Planetarium, our home facility. Down in Sanford, we're about 20 minutes north of downtown Orlando, about 45 minutes southwest of Daytona Beach, to give you a sense of where we're at. And just about 10 or 15 minutes away is our beautiful conference hotel, the Orlando Marriott Lake Mary. We were able to pin down a price of $130 per night. That is single through quadruple occupancy, and most importantly, includes 2 buffet tickets for their Bistro 1501 restaurant every single morning. And so it's a full buffet breakfast. It's absolutely fantastic. And to give you an idea, that's a $40 value per day. And so if you're here for the full 4 days, it's a $160 value that we were able to get the Marriott to throw in for us. Of course, the most important thing about SEPA, at least early on, is how much is it going to cost us? We're aware that 2014 is an IPS year, and we understood that when we took on SEPA 2014 in an international IPS year, there were going to be some challenges that we'd have to approach. And so we know that for many planetariums in the Southeast, going to Beijing this year is just not economically feasible. And what we wanted to do was to create a conference that could give as much impact as IPS, but for much less money. And so our delegate registrations are $225 for a full registrant. That's anyone who's a full-time employee at a planetarium, and $125 for part-time employees and for undergraduate students. We know that the staff that you have at your planetarium, especially the part-time and student staff, may very well be the people that take over for you in the future. And what better way to really immerse them in the planetarium field than to bring them to a conference like SEPA 2014. To entice everyone to get in early, and we're expecting a very high number of delegates this year, just given the fact that it's July in Central Florida in an IPS year where a lot of people may not be able to go. We're giving both early and standard deadlines for registration. If you register before April 30th as a full registrant delegate, we'll take $25 off of your registration fee. And so for a full registrant, that'll be $200. Between May 1st and June 15th, it'll be the standard registration of $225, and from June 16th until July 10th, it's going to be $250. And so we really want people to get their registrations in early. That'll open you to be able to do workshop session registration, paper sessions, be part of some of our panels that we're planning throughout the conference. So register early, get those sessions and those papers in early, and we'll really be able to put together a great conference. Briefly, just want to introduce you to your SEPA 2014 hosts. Of course, I'm Michael McConville. I'm the coordinator of the Buehler Planetarium. Alongside me is going to be Derek Demeter, the director of our planetarium, and a new face that some of you, if you had come to the live interactive planetarium symposium last year that we were able to host, you've met Daniel Falconer. He's our associate SEPA coordinator. He is essentially next in line to take over for one of us, either Derek or myself, when we move on from Seminole State. And so a fantastic young talent. We really hope to bring him into the planetarium field in a huge way. And then our co-host, if you will, especially on Thursday when we make an excursion up to his planetarium, is Mr. Seth Mayo. He is the curator of astronomy at the Daytona Beach Museum of Arts and Sciences. He is one of the new generation of planetarium managers and directors, and we're extremely pleased to have Seth on board helping us with SEPA this year. But a little bit about our facility. We are the Buehler Perpetual Trust Planetarium. We were given a large grant late in 2012. We were able to dedicate officially in June of last year, and we are a small dome. One of the things we had in mind coming into SEPA 2014 is that we are one of the smallest domes to ever host a SEPA. We are a 30-foot dome. We have 55 Greystone seats, and before you think that that's a problem, we have been able to come up with a number of ways to mitigate that. And so we think that once we get to the schedule and release that officially, you'll be able to see that it works out in our favor to have such a small dome. We have a Minolta MS-8 star projector that was installed in 1987. We utilize flat screen digital multimedia projectors for most of our shows, and our new crown jewel is the recently installed Illuminati Geodome Evolver 500 series fisheye projection system. We utilize Uniview by Skiz, and we do all of our shows here at the Planetarium live. Every single show that we do is produced in-house and is presented by either Derek or myself. And so it's a very, very unique facility. Seminole State is a great state college here in Florida. We've got about 32,000 students, 4 different campuses, and I really think you'll feel at home here at Seminole State and in our planetarium. A little bit about our conference hotel. This is the Orlando Marriott Lake Mary. It's located in Lake Mary, Florida, just about 15 minutes away from the college. You can see that the exterior of it, it's a very simple design. You're not going to get lost here at the Orlando Marriott. About 330 rooms in total, 100 of which have been put aside for SEPA. The rooms are fantastic, very, very well appointed. We've got 2 double beds or a king bed. There are suite upgrades available if you so please. You just have to talk to the front desk about that. And great bathrooms, great beds, great views. This is a very, very nice hotel. And one of the things we were most excited about was to be able to take all of their conference space and utilize it for SEPA 2014. We have 3 1,200 square foot workshop rooms for the length of the conference, and ballrooms A through E, which amounts to their grand ballroom, will be utilized for our vendor hall. We've been hearing a lot from vendors over the past couple of years about what they'd like to see at a vendor hall, the kind of size that they'd like to utilize, and we think we've reached the pinnacle of what a vendor hall should be at a SEPA conference. We've got 6,400 square feet of exhibit space with 16 to 18 foot ceilings. We've got more than enough power for everyone. All of the power circuits are isolated from one another, so there shouldn't be any problems putting in large systems. There's great wireless internet. There's also wired internet. All we need to hear from the vendors is you need that. We can get that for you very, very quickly. And right now we have 3 inflatable domes that will be coming to SEPA, one of which will be used entirely for vendor demonstrations. You can either utilize the system that will be in there, you can bring your own system, but that will be just for vendor demonstrations. The 3rd dome, and we're very excited about this, will be just for delegates. And so we'll have a system in there, and if you want some dome time but you can't fit into our planetarium or into Daytona Beaches, this is a great time to be able to utilize that. So we can put about 35 or 40 people inside, and you get the full dome experience. On Thursday, we'll be taking an excursion north to Daytona Beach in the Museum of Arts and Sciences. This is Seth Mayo's facility. They have a great renovation going on, and by the time we get there in July, we're going to have a 40-foot dome with 100 plus seats. It's a great venue for our vendors. And so what we're hoping is that for about 3 and 3.5 hours on Thursday, we can turn the planetarium conference over to our vendors and give them a phenomenal facility to really show off their content. It's a great place for pre-rendered content, for live rendered content, if you have a large system that you'd like to showcase. Our planetarium, as you can probably have seen already, not the best for things like that. But Daytona Beach's planetarium will be perfect for really, really exhibiting the very, very best and most impressive of these full dome facilities and uses. We will also be spending some time at the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, just about 5 minutes away from the Museum of Arts and Sciences in Daytona Beach. This is their physics and engineering building. They're one of the foremost universities in the state in physics, astronomy, engineering. They're a very, very impressive college. And as you can see on this depiction of the building, a brand new observatory has been built on the top floor of this building. That houses one of the largest telescopes in all of Florida, and we'll have the time to be able to walk through that. They've got some space up there for solar telescopes. It's a great, great time. Really will allow us to have a fantastic excursion on Thursday morning. And on Thursday evening, we'll be heading down to the Black Hammock. This is in Oviedo, about 25 minutes away from the college. You'll be brought in by bus from Daytona Beach. And the Black Hammock is a taste of old Florida. We're out on the shores of Lake Jessup, one of the largest lakes in Central Florida, and a lake with one of the highest concentrations of alligators in the entire world. And so the Black Hammock will be opening up their outdoor terrace and Lazy Gator bar to us. We're going to have a huge buffet dinner. We're looking at blackened mahi, popcorn shrimp, chicken fingers, garden salads, key lime pies, brownie surprises, and most importantly, platters and platters of gator tail. So if you've never ever been able to try gator before, this is your opportunity. We're also going to have a number of live gators that you guys can hold and see. And the really impressive thing, there'll be some airboat rides as well. So we're really, really trying to give everybody a full Florida experience on Thursday night. And of course, Friday night is our banquet. This will be held at the University of Central Florida's Fairwinds Alumni Center. UCF is one of the largest universities in the entire country, with more than 62,000 students and more than 500,000 alumni. Derek and I have a connection to UCF. Both of us are alumni. I actually have 2 degrees from UCF. And so the Fairwinds Alumni Center is a great facility for us to use for our banquet. You can see here a picture depicting ballrooms B and C, what we'll be utilizing. Great space, great lights, amazing audio-visual capabilities, and we are extremely pleased to announce that our keynote speaker for SEPA 2014 will be Mrs. Pamela Gay, the coordinator of CosmoQuest and one of the foremost scientific educators in the country. We're very, very pleased to be able to bring Pamela on board and be a keynote here at SEPA to discuss how we can better educate the newest generations in science. And so we are very, very happy to bring her on board. We've got plenty of stuff planned over the next couple of months as we get SEPA prepared and ready to go. And so as we prepare for July, we'd like to leave you with one of the famous quotes from the Mickey Mouse Club. See ya real soon. And so we hope to see all of you at SEPA 2014 in July.